shipping changes.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome into the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. This video is one that you should probably pay a lot of attention to if you sell on eBay. We all know there's been a lot of changes regarding sales tax, the collection, and now recently as of November/December, that the money being charged to buyers in the way of sales tax is being added into your payments that are appearing in your PayPal account. For example, if you sell a $20 item, and they charge sales tax to that. Let's say the tax is $1. I don't know the number, but everywhere's different. That $21 is put into your account rather than $20. So your PayPal actually shows $21. This has 2/3 problems that it's going to cause for you. Problem number one, you're being charged more PayPal fees. So your 2.9% plus 30 is based on your $21 instead of 20. So you're getting a little bit higher of a fee, which sucks. There's nothing really we can do about that. It's a couple pennies, but it adds up. As far as eBay managed payments go, I don't know if it's affecting that yet or if it's going to. The second problem is that now your PayPal gross income on the 1099 or the amount that you're going to report. A lot of you think if you don't get the 1099, this won't affect you, but it does. If you get a 1099 for 20 grand, it's not going to be 20 grand, it's going to be 21 grand because that extra $1,000 in sales tax is going to show up on there. So to the IRS, it looks like you made 21 when in reality you only made 20. So you're going to have to go in and figure out that amount and deduct it off. Some people are saying that PayPal may separate it out. We don't have confirmation on that yet, and we don't have our 1099s for 2019 showing us that. So if they do, that would be great, and we would be able to quickly do that. If you don't, you're gonna have to go to eBay. You're gonna go to solds or paid and shipped. You're going to click download report. You're going to bring up that spreadsheet and then you're going to sort it because it's going to show you a column that says sales tax collected. You'll total that up and then you'll subtract that out of your PayPal gross earnings. If you don't get a 1099, you still need to do this. Let's say you do 9,000, right? Less than the 20,200 for the 1099. Because in the event that the IRS does audit you, then they're going to go back and still look and see, oh, you did 9,000 in PayPal, and you're going to have to justify, oh no, 500 of that was actually sales tax. So you still need to do this. So that's the second problem. So higher fees and having to sort this out of your taxes. The third problem that this creates, there are some states that are collecting it on your behalf, and you no longer have to pay your state. If you are not in one of those states, Florida didn't start collecting it, and I haven't paid attention to January sales yet. I got to check. But until every state collects it, if you're in one of those states that's not collecting it, of course, you still need to collect and pay your state. And that's how it's going to work. So I want to take you over to my computer, show you exactly how to do the eBay invoice to download it and get that total. It's in one of my previous videos. I don't know which one, so I'm just going to go ahead and redo it here to show you how to get that number, and then you will subtract it out. If it turns out that PayPal ends up separating it on your 1099 or inside of your PayPal reports, then that is something you wouldn't have to worry about later, and you'll be able to, you know, just pull that number out, subtract it, and report that on your taxes as such. If you need further help, obviously get a CPA. So let's go over to my computer and let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so the first thing you want to do in order to get the invoices and figure out what your sales are, you have to be on Seller Hub. I show a lot of these videos, and I think a lot of people don't realize they're not on Seller Hub. They're on some older version of eBay. After doing a bunch of coaching calls, I figured this out, and so I realized I'll put the link down below in the description to go to the actual newest Seller Hub. Once you're on this and it says Seller Hub, you can just go to orders and hit paid and shipped. Because I was telling a lot of people, I'm like, go to paid and shipped. And they're like, what's that? And I realized they're not on the newest one. So orders, paid and shipped after you're on the real Seller Hub, which I'll link below. Okay. Then you can choose last 90 days, today, yesterday, this week, last week, this month, last month, whatever it is. Just click last month. I always do it for like the month before because I go ahead and let the month end so I can get the entire month's sales. And so that way I'm not missing any days. And you can do this again up to 90 days. So if you just do it once a month, you'll choose last month and then you're going to check the box to check all of them. and it will do 200 per page. So if you end up with more than 200, then you'll have to do multiple downloads. You'll do one for 200 and then one for 200 and one for whatever. But once you have them checked, you just go to more and you're just going to click download selected, and it's going to go up to your downloads, and then I'll show you what it looks like after you go to your downloads. Let's go ahead and close this. Okay, so once you have it downloaded and you open it, you can see I've labeled this October 2019. It will show you all these different columns. Now, I've scrolled over a little bit to hide my buyers' names, but if you look in this J column, buyer state, New York, Connecticut, Alabama, it tells you the state, right? And it tells you how many you sold and what you sold it for and what you charged shipping. And if you manually collected seller sales tax, because a lot of you had it turned on, but really you don't have to have that turned on anymore. And then right here in column O, which it may be a different letter for you, but you just look for this eBay collected tax. That shows you how much tax it collected. Now you can see, look, 0. So for Tennessee, it did not collect, right? And also, it didn't collect for Missouri. I think MO is Missouri. And it didn't collect for Wisconsin. And so it didn't collect, again, Tennessee. And as you scroll down, you can see some more. Wisconsin. MI is what? Michigan? So it's not collecting on some states. So those, if you live in those states, again, remember, you'll have to collect and pay yourself. But it's telling us the total that eBay is collecting from all the states. So in your PayPal account for October, that amount is going to be higher based on how much this was. So if you sold $100 worth of stuff, you would need to add all this up. And if you don't know how to use Excel, I highly suggest you learn. But you can just hit the box at the top, go to sum, and then sum them all up all the way to the bottom and hit enter. And it'll tell you the total that was collected in sales tax, put into your PayPal, and taken back out. And so then you could just subtract that off of your PayPal gross amount. If any of this is confusing you, I mean, this is really, really, could be complicated and overwhelming stuff to people that aren't familiar with it, but it's very easy things. Basically, when you sell an item for $10.16 here, I'll do an easier one. I sold this one for $14. eBay collected $1.12 from this person in Alabama and put $15.12 into my PayPal account, $15.12, and then they took the $1.12 right back out. So what I need to know by totaling this up is how much was taken right back out. So if I only did one sale, my PayPal 1099 or my PayPal total when I total it up is going to show that I did $15.12. The truth is I only did $14. That $1.12 comes out, right? And then, of course, you have your PayPal fee after that and everything else, but just for the sake of this matter. Now, if PayPal gives us a report showing this, then we won't need this spreadsheet. But in the meantime, this spreadsheet is very handy for coming up with the totals. So that's how you would do it. And anything else beyond this is pretty much basic accounting. And that's, if you're not familiar with that, then obviously get a CPA. And you can get a CPA for this as well. But it's pretty cut and dry, pretty straightforward and easy once you learn how to do it. It's not so overwhelming. And there you go. So that, guys, is how you account for the extra money added in. All right, so if you have any questions, concerns, comments, anything else, please let me know in the comment section. Email me, rockstarflipper@gmail.com. And as always, just get the $20.20 package. I go over all of this in some of the videos, the files, and the spreadsheets that I provide you inside of that package. You get it for life. All of my videos, all of my guides, once you pay $20.20 one time, they are yours for life. The VIP membership is good for a year, but everything else is good for life. So take advantage of that. I'll link it below along with the link to Seller Hub. And hopefully you guys understand this. You don't have any questions and you make the most of this video and figure out your totals. And hopefully PayPal gives it to us in a report. All right, have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and I will see you next time.